everyone and welcome to my very first YouTube video. I can't believe that I'm actually recording for this very first video. That was in the back of my mind for a little while, but I'm happy that I'm finally doing it. So for this very first video, I decided to do a little challenge. It's a challenge I've already done with one of my friends. You can check the result on TikTok, Instagram and Thread. It's a very simple challenge. We take one drawing and we redo it many times using just one medium. Because this is my very first video, I wanted to do something big. So we're going to redo this very challenge, but instead of using just 5 mediums, we're going to redraw the same fox with 7 different mediums. The fox we're going to be using is this one, which is a very cute and adorable galaxy fox. So 7 mediums. I'm going to take a huge breath and we're going to go through all of them together. Let's go! Let's start with alcohol markers. This is one of the latest medium I've started using. I'm not that good at them yet. I think I've been using them for a month maybe, and I love them so much. Honestly, if I have to advise any mediums that I'm using on this video, it's the alcohol markers. It's so much fun. It's just amazing. It's magic and it's very soothing. For this design, I went with something a little bit more childlike, I guess we could say, with a very nice ombre with pastel colors and a big bright yellow moon and stars. I really love this design. I think it's very soft and cute. I wanted to add some clouds as well as the usual brownish legs, and then the line art, which is my favorite part, whether it's traditional art or digital art. I just love the line art so much. Though honestly, I think I shouldn't have done the brown part and the clouds in black. As you can see here, I should have left them lineless, but other than that, I think it's a pretty nice fox. Let's go for the next one. And now we're off with gouache. If you know me, you know that I really don't like this medium, but I put this one in second because it's one of my favorite fox. For this design, I went with something inspired by Caroline, which does amazing fantasy animals, and I really love her art style, so I went with that. Because I can't for the life of me do realistic landscapes and skies and anything at all with gouache, and I thought that this was fantasy enough. But you know, it's kind of flat color, so it wouldn't be too hard. I still had a lot of issues to get things very smooth and the lines very precisely. Although I must say I love the colors, I'm very happy with how I made them, and the design overall I think is pretty cute. I surprised myself, honestly. I just think I need to practice a bit more maybe with gouache, because I think it's a nice medium. If you go with something very flat like this, I must say I kind of like it. So let's just watch the process. And again, the line art. Doing line art with very thin brush like this is the best. It's like a reward, you know. The audio, it's exactly that. That's makes me so happy. So there we go with the result. This time I didn't add line art to the brown part of the legs, and I think he's so cute. He turned out so well. And now for the colored pencils. Oh my god. You know what? I've been lucky when I was younger because I've always got some nice Caran pencils, which most of these are from like 20 years ago, but most of them are watercolor pencils. And even though they're very pigmented, it's not the same as, you know, the usual, I guess, colored pencils. I do have some of the luminance Caran pencils, and those were amazing to use. It's like butter. Now for the design itself, I had no idea what to do because I never used color pencils, and I tried to watch someone's tutorial on how to do galaxies with colored pencils, and I tried to follow as closely as possible to what they were doing, but that was so bad. So I took some of my galaxies I did with watercolor and tried to, I guess, recreate the shapes of like the forms and everything, and I went with that. And surprisingly, this is my favorite fox. It's like magic. I started to like colored pencils, just a bit painful on my arms. But yeah, just watch the process. It's magic, honestly. If that doesn't give you the desire to try color pencil, nothing will. No, I'm going over myself, but you know what I mean. I wanted to go lineless with this fox, so I tried to make everything as smooth and clean as possible. When we did the challenge with my friend, we gave each other one permission, is to use either a white gel pen or white ink to make the stars and the details, because I'm not going back there with white pencils. So for many mediums, I use that ink because it's the best. Look at this! He's so pretty! That fox is just magic. I love it so much. And doing the stars and all the little details on this amazing base was just... I was in heaven back then, for real. I mean, look at that. It looks so soft, you can almost smell heaven in there. Now for watercolor, which is one of my main medium, I wanted to do something a bit special. This is a technique I've done 3 times, like this was my 3rd time. It's more of a abstract style. I don't want to do something too precise. I wanted to let the watercolor do its thing, go a bit everywhere. So I wet the paper a little bit before starting and try to just give this fluffy effect. And then we just let it dry and we go over it with a darker color to make the details. And I think this style is so pretty, but I must tell you that although it looks simple because it's very like abstract and loose, it's quite hard. The feeling of freedom you have when doing this kind of technique is amazing, because I love to use watercolor with precise drawings like the moon I did a while back. And it doesn't feel the same at all. This is freeing. And then I was contemplating using the white ink or these multichrome watercolors, and I went with the multichrome. The ones I'm using are the Fine-Tech watercolor, and this color in particular goes from gold to bronze to pink. Depends on how the light hits, which I think is amazing. I was a bit scared of using this, but I was like, hey, it's the best moment to try things out. And look how you can see it's gold, and then when we go up it goes to bronze and then to pink. Stunning. Now for the soft pastels. This is a medium I have never used. I got them in a scroll box, I think last year or the year before. I no idea how to use them. And in the end, it's a very pretty fox. I went with more of a nebula kind of look. I didn't really know what I was doing, to be fair. But I must say it was a lot of fun. I tried working the colors. I wanted to have the very light part on his butt and then go into a blend of darker colors, like it would fade into black. And as much as I hate texture in art in general, in my art, not in everyone's of course, but I like things to be very smooth and precise and controlled. I kind of like this, not messy, but yeah, I guess we could say messy style that the soft pastels have. I think it has a charm. It's very charming, and I will probably use them more, to be fair. These are the Faber Castell soft pastels, and they're very good. However, I wouldn't advise to buy the Faber Castell oil pastels because they're too waxy. They're not good. Then I'm just adding the details, the stars, and here we go. Doesn't that look very charming? I don't know, I think that's the word, it's charming. He's cute. And we're finishing on the oil pastels, and this one I'm a bit disappointed of myself because I love oil pastels. I've been using them quite a bit when I started traditional art, a bit less than 2 years ago, I think. And I went with a reversed galaxy, so with a lot of more softer colors. It's a lot lighter. This is a design I had already done, like something very similar on an A6 paper, but it was a landscape. It wasn't stuck inside of an animal's silhouette, which was a lot helpful because here everything was so small that it was very hard to play with the textures and blending them as well. Again, I couldn't do any line art because I didn't want to use anything else than all pastels, except of course for the stars. And it looks very messy, but not in a pretty way. I do love the colors though, and the Caran all pastels are a dream to work with. They're very soft, not too soft either. It's very nice, but yeah, the fox in itself is not the best, and I had to add the eye later on because it looked very weird. I added with a black pencil, but yeah. And because I'm extra like this, I love to add some glitter on my old pastels. This was not the best glitter, honestly, but it still looks cute. So there we go, all of my 7 fox using 1 medium per fox. I'm very happy of this challenge. I really did surprise myself with mediums I really don't know how to use or really don't like. I'm so happy. I kind of think I want to go back and maybe do acrylic or charcoal. Do you think I should do that? I'll think about it. Oh my god, this was one hell of a challenge. I knew that gouache and soft pastels were going to be hard ones. Gouache is a love-hate relationship, but mostly hate. This medium has to hate me as much as I hate it, and that goes back all the way to high school because of the very crappy ones we use at school, you know. This is kind of PTSD material, but I'll have to try and make more with gouache because I guess it's just a learning curve. And the soft pastels I had almost never used. It's very nice. It feels kind of childish to use, but in a good way. This was the very first challenge I wanted to do on here. If you have any other ideas of challenges that you'd like me to do, or ideas of tutorials, because I would like to do many tutorials as well, you can just leave me a comment or something. I'll be very happy to do whatever you'd like me to. I think that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!